Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. Wednesday, July the 5th. Well, I was so sad to see Sasha pop her pill in her mouth. Okay, you know something's up when you popping pills and you don't have no water. I mean, how is that? Okay, how does that work? Now, what kills me, I mean, I don't know about you, and there are people out there that can pop a Tylenol dry without water, just chug that thing down. But any medication for me, if it's dry going in there, it's sticking to my tongue. And look, I'm tasting nastiness, right? That's why water has to be chugged down there. But anyway, see, I just didn't like it because now she's going to be popping them like candy, unfortunately. And here's the thing, Sasha didn't feel she needed medication, right? At all. So she's in the she's Lucy called a meeting, Sasha's there, and or Sasha's actually Brooklyn came in, Lucy came in, Maxie wasn't there. Sasha popped a pill before they walked in. And I thought, see, wait a minute. He said this is for sleepless nights. This is for anxiety, and which is wrong because you have anxiety like she was saying just various times of the day. No, now it ain't time to pop a pill. So I already see this is going downhill and downhill fast, and we don't even know if the pills he actually had in there were the prescription, the actual prescription pill. See, Sasha's going to take that whole bottle, evidence gone. She wigging out, could be hallucinating. And then when it comes down to it, he goes, or maybe one is left. Well, this isn't the pill I prescribed her. Oh, she must have got some, must have been buying them on her own and putting them in. Oh, this is just going to be a nightmare, everybody. I'm not happy about that. But anyway, what went down with that was Sasha ends up gone by the time Maxie gets there. She's a little late because Felicia showed up late to watch James. And Lucy says IT reported to her that somebody downloaded the Deceptor's private files on the private shared drive, downloaded them yesterday afternoon. And so Maxie says, well, wait, what? And Lucy says, and there's only two of us that have access to the shared drive, me and you. And so she says, well, neither of us did it. Maxie's saying this. And Lucy looks at her. She says, I know I didn't do it. And Maxie says, what are you trying to say? She goes, I'm trying to say, Maxie, IT said the drive was opened by you during the time of the download. It was opened a little before the time of the download. And Maxie says, I'm in and out of that file all the time, Lucy. And think about this. Since I have access and I am in and out all day, why would I need to download anything on that drive? I have access to the drive anywhere I'm at. And Lucy said, well, that you have a point there. And so she goes, and look, Brooklyn can vouch for me. Brooklyn was with me. She goes, Brooklyn, she saw I didn't download anything. And so Brooklyn's, she had right? So Maxie's gonna remember, hopefully, that she left the room because she got a text from research and development or shipping or wherever. Well, that text should still be there at the time it came in and the time Maxie left and went and met with those people. She knows she left Brooklyn in that office by herself. And Maxie also noted when she got back, she's like, well, where did Brooklyn go? Uh-huh. So Brooklyn's about to get busted. Brooklyn is about to get busted. Now, what was interesting about that, everybody? Tracy had a printout of all the information. And she had called Diane because she wants Diane to represent her. And Diane is like, wait, for one, represent you in what? And so Tracy slides across a retainer check of $40,000. And I said, Alexis, I meant Diane. And so Diane looks at the amount on the check and she looks up and she goes, you do know that this ain't, she goes, no, this is just a retainer. This is just to see if are you going to be my attorney? So Diane says, and Tracy says, and there's more, a lot more than where that came from. And so Alexis is like, I mean, not Alexis, Diane is like, oh, so she slides the check a little bit closer to her. And she said, what do you need from me? So Tracy gives her the file with all the private information. And Diane says, this all looks pretty proprietary and personal. How did you get a hold of this information? Because this looks like company information. And Tracy says, that's not important how I got a hold of it. What's important is I want you to look at the date that all of the Deceptor file information first appeared on Deception's servers. And so Diane looks, it ends up being, I think, November last year, October of last year, right? And so Tracy says, a product of this nature, do you feel the information could just appear on a server and the product be ready for production in 2 months? And Diane looked and she goes, well, actually, it would take years of research. They would have to get certain licenses in place. She goes, it is suspect that all of this happened in this time frame. And so Tracy said, that's all I need to hear. Because if an attorney like you, astute as you, can ask those kinds of questions, so can a judge. So she goes, now, I want to know, are you in? And so Diane says, you're still leaving me in the dark on a lot of this. See, there's a lot of information you're leaving out, like who actually is saying this intellectual property actually belongs to. Tracy says, in due time, you don't need to know yet. And so she goes, and if you're not going to take my case, and Tracy reaches over to slide the check back over to her side, right? So as she's reaching to slide the check, Diane puts her finger on it and slides it close. No. Not just yet. Oh, goodness. And so Tracy says, you will get, I think she said, a quarter of the profits once, they win their case or whatever. And so Diane looks at her and says, oh, no, it won't be a quarter. I'm going to get a third of it. And she stands up, she takes that check, puts it in her bag. Tracy takes the prospectus back, right? Because Diane don't want to be walking around with that. And Diane walks away. I'll be in touch, Tracy. She goes, yeah, Diane. And I thought, oh, Tracy wasn't trying to steal the Deceptor information. Tracy is trying to prove that the Deceptor information is stolen intellectual property. Because Tracy looked at Diane, and I don't know why I keep saying Alexis, because I want Alexis to be back as an attorney. I loved her as an attorney. But anyway, Tracy looked at Diane and she says, come on, do you really feel the Deceptor, all of this came from the mind of Lucy Coe? And Diane looked at her and said, good point. Yeah, good point. Now, a new lipstick color? Possibly yes, right? Can she approve a good fragrance? Yeah. But be the nuts and bolts and do the design, the development, the research, got all the patents in play? That ain't Lucy. That ain't never been Lucy. And let's think about this, everybody. Lucy was held captive forever, right? The whole debate, I mean, come on, when did she have time to go into production and all of that? So anyway, that's going to be good. We're going to really see what's really happening with that storyline, okay? So then we have Willow. She's talking to Michael, and she's giving Michael her reasoning for wanting to allow Nina into the inner circle. She says, Michael, she said, you know, Carly's going to be in, and I love Carly. She says, but I need, and Michael said, your mother as well. And she says, I want to give Nina a chance. She said, because you know, Harmony did do a lot of bad things. And she actually didn't protect me quite a bit of the time. She said, yet I forgave her because I thought she was my mother. She said, I know Nina is my mother. I should at least make an effort to get to know her, give her a chance. And Michael said, Willow, she goes, I know you don't, you're unhappy with my decision. She goes, Willow, this is your decision to make. He's like, I don't have one way or another an opinion. He goes, my concern is only for your happiness. And if this is going to make you happy, then I'm all for it. So Michael leaves the room and he calls Sonny because Nina was, Sonny's having to reassure her at his place. I get so sick of that. And he got the phone call from Michael. And Michael, he said, so how's the patient? And she goes, going to be released today. And he goes, good, good. Is there anything I could do? And so Michael said, well, as a matter of fact, there is. Willow needs her mother. So look, Nina and Sonny flew, right, to the hospital. They getting off the elevator and Nina stops because what's coming in her head is what she was talking to Ava about. When Willow finds out that I was the one that turned in Drew and Carly, she's not going to want to have nothing to do with me. So she tells Sonny, Sonny, I can't do this. I can't, Sonny. And he's looking at her like, what? And the nurse, she had her mask on when she was talking to Nina, and I was like, there she is. She wasn't an angel. She wasn't that wasn't a dream, right? And Willow thanked her, for her words. She goes, because it's actually your words that got me to see what I needed to see. And so she goes, that you need your children, that you had something to live for, because she was trying to encourage her about that too, right? And she goes, no, the other thing. She goes, oh, that you need your mother in your life. And so Willow said yes, right? So Nina's freaking out there in the corridor, and the nurse comes up to her with no mask this time. And I thought, I think I remember her from being a nurse before, but not really. I don't know. Not enough that I remember her name, right? Not that I think she even had a storyline. And so she goes, excuse me, are you Willow's mom? Are you Willow's mother? And Nina stopped and she's like, yes, like, yeah, yes, I am, right? And she goes, you're gonna need to wear this. And she took a mask out the box when you go in to see her. And Willow's like, oh, Nina's like, oh, and Michael's coming out the room and he has his mask on. And Nina walks towards the door. Michael says, Willow's waiting to see you. And so she's looking at Willow through the glass and she puts her mask on and she goes into the room and she talks, and Willow's talking to her. And she says, she's getting released today. And she says there's a short bubble of people that can see her. She says, I'm only to have limited access to Amelia and Wiley. So I need the strength and the help of those in the bubble. And so she told Nina, I want to add you as a person on the list in the bubble. I want you to come by and visit and assist. And Nina looked at her, me? She goes, but I caution you, or she even said warn you, whatever. But Willow's kind with her words. I think she said caution you. What I meant before goes. Because Carly is going to be there. She's a part of the bubble. No revenge moves, no hostility, none of that. I can't have that around me. And so Nina's like, okay. I go, okay. She goes, from here on, nothing. And so, she said that when she was dying, from here on, nothing, right? So look, Nina dimed on Carly after that. So anyway, or did she dime on Carly before that? I can't remember. It may have been she dimed on Carly the day before Willow told her a month or two ago, no revenge against Carly. Yeah, I think she already had. So Michael comes back in the room and Nina walks to the door outside the little plastic isolation deal. And she goes, she wants me in the bubble. She wants me in the bubble, Sonny. Oh, so they were so happy and, yada, yada, yada. So we knew that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen. And that's okay, because what's coming next, we all know by the end of the summer, Nina's is definitely going to be busted. 100% she's going to be. So now let's see, we're going to, Carly and Sam had a long talk. Carly decided she's going to sell the house. She knows she could get way more than $5 million. She goes, I will sell this house. Donna and I don't need a house this big. Jocelyn and Trina aren't going to be staying in the dorms. They're renting an apartment close to the campus. And Donna and I don't need this place. But she was talking to Sam's like, but this has been your home. You fought for this home in the divorce. You didn't ask for nothing else but this home. And so Cardi was saying that's because of the memories. The memories of Morgan were there. The memories, all her children, all the memories were there. And she said, so that's why it meant so much for her to hold on to the house. And so Sam says, Carly, there's another way. There has to be another way. We'll figure it out. Don't make a rash decision right now. You don't have to make this decision tonight. And so Diane comes, and so Sam says, well, now it's my time, my cue to leave. And Carly tells Diane, I made a decision. I'm going to sell the house. And Diane looks at her and says, Carly, would you allow me to do my job? Right? would you allow me to do my job? And Carly's looking at her like, wait, what? So tomorrow, Diane probably is going to come up with, no, this is a more viable solution. I will open the divorce arrangements back up. And we will go back and we're going to get you, watch, Diane's going to say, we're going to get you alimony and back alimony. Sonny always offered her that. Always Sonny offered her that. And she was so stubborn. No, all I need is I got my hotel and everything else. So they're going to open it up. My whole thing is, okay, even if Carly decides to sell that house, Sonny could swoop in, buy it for way over asking price, right? 20 million, 30 million, whatever, and let Carly live in it rent free. That's another option, right? She's putting it up for the market, on the market legitimately, cash buyer coming in. He could even do it under a corporate name. It don't matter, right? But Diane's going to come up with the better legal way is to go back now and get alimony, period. So we'll see what Diane comes up with. But that's it. That is it today. And Tracy, Martin leaves his room and goes to the pool. And Felicia, dressed in a housekeeper uniform, has the key, goes into his room. I guess she's getting evidence because remember, Lucy wanted her to look into Martin's acting strange. What's going on with him? Watch, little do Lucy know. Yeah, your man got you tangled up into some crap because trust me, it's going to come out that Martin gave Lucy the information and the idea and all of that. We all know Lucy. And she said, if she and Martin did it. And Martin's like, you got to leave my name out. There's a reason he keeps saying that, right? So anyway, she takes the trash from his room to Maxie's, and Maxie had already called Matt because she had to get to the meeting at Deception. And when Maxie's leaving, Felicia's at the door. She goes, Mom, she goes, I'm sorry, Maxie, I was late. Sorry. She goes, well, I gotta go, Mom. The PCPD already arrived, right? So Max like, what happened to you? What were you doing? And James is like, yeah, grandmom. And so she goes, oh, I was working on a case. I'm a private investigator. And so Mac's like, wait, what case? And so she goes, listen, can you find me, James, the old sheet that's just like, ratty old sheet, right? He goes, yeah, I know where to look. So he comes with one and she goes, now you and Grandpa, grumpy old Grandpa, can spread it out on the ground. Okay. So they do, and Matt goes, I don't know if I like the name you just called me. And they go through trash and they have gloves on, and then they get to a bag where he had his shredder stuff. He shredded. Now, come on, everybody. How do you properly piece together a bunch of stuff in a shredder? Although some of those strips weren't shredded very well, so Martin must not have a very good shredder. They were like this thick. Okay, I know my shredder, nobody is putting anything together because my shredder crinkles stuff up too, right? They were able to piece together, because she told James, it's like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, James. So at the end, oh my God, love it when I do Lucy. At the end, at the end of it, James is like, well, this was a pretty boring puzzle, right? He wanted to go play in his room. So then they show the whole entire piece is put together. And they could see every month Martin has been getting $50,000 deposits into his account. And so and it's from a Pine Valley address. Pine Valley. Look, I'm going to tell you all my vote. My vote is let that be from Erica Kane. Or maybe Tracy's working with Erica Kane, but I heard rumors that Tracy's working with Sky. But man, I would love Susan Lucci to kind of be a little bad girl. You know, because trust me, Martin's getting paid, but for some reason, okay, Martin wasn't getting paid to find out the truth, like Tracy's trying to find out to get the information to prove that Lucy didn't have that Deceptor. Martin gave Lucy that information, and he's being paid by somebody. Why? I don't understand that. But anyway, somebody from Pine Valley. That's going to be good. I can't wait on that. So that's it oh, and then Tracy goes over, he's on one of those pool chairs, and she puts some of her iced tea, dashes some in his face. Oh, Marty. And he just looks up at her, but then she goes, you remember me? Because I guess I don't remember back when she framed Alexis, Martin was her attorney when briefly when Tracy got arrested. So, you know, whatever, who cares about that? But that's going to be interesting where they're going to go with that. So everybody, let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. I'm going to go real fast. Matter of fact, everybody, I'm going to have to get my timer on because there are 34 comments and I can't get to them all. So we have Deborah says Gladys is no good. She sold her son's garage and now she's going to hurt Sasha by hooking her on drugs. I hope Cody helps her. He needs to open up to Mac about Woo. Cody could work for Mac undercover or tell Sonny because someone else needs to stop Gladys and that no good doctor. Crystal says, so why is Trina in the wrong? Because all she's ever done is try to help him be a better man. And all she's gotten was drugged and framed for a crime she didn't commit. But Trina is self-righteous. Don't get that. But now Spencer will return to his first love, the woman who played him for a sucker. And for the sucker he is, Esme is getting away with her crimes, and Spencer, while Trina is made to look like a self-righteous fool. I know that is a plot point for the NAC, for that NAC is taking a leave. Nicholas Chavez is taking a leave of absence for his new movie. What's actually a mini series. When he comes back, I hope the writers give Trina a new man or maybe some rich art dealer, because I don't think it's over for Spencer and Trina. They are soulmates. Sabrina says, thank you for the review, recap lady. So sick of the Nina storyline. Wonder how the writers are going to write her redemption story. Poor Sasha. When is this girl going to catch a break? I know, but look, she needs to go on maternity leave. So, because matter of fact, she had her baby May 21st. Soaps are 2 months ahead. She should be gone by June 21st. So they're going to ramp up Sasha having to leave for a bit, and watch, it's going to be to go detox out. As Gladys is put away, and so is that doctor, but Sasha's going to have to go to rehab. Let's see. Catch a break. I don't like the character of Cody. He's the worst. Regarding Gladys, I just can't. Maybe she will be the one who gets killed in the next couple of weeks. I can only hope. Just my thoughts. And Donkey says, Sean and Alexis. Remember, I asked you all, can anybody name biracial couples on General Hospital? And then Michelle says, Audrey Hardy was Tom Jr.'s son. So I don't know, was there some interracial stuff? Because she says Tom Baldwin and Simone were interracial. So was that Audrey's mother? And then LaShun says Sasha Gilmore needs to throw those pills away. Gladys and the doctor are up to no good. Linda says, Michael B. Jordan was Reggie on All My Children. Yes, it took me forever. Well, actually, I had to Google that. Let's be truthful. I didn't remember his name. I had to Google it real quick. I love his acting in the movie The Fantastic Four as Johnny Storm. Flame on. And Catherine says, Carly is used to breaking the law, the ultimate power sledge. Lucy says, it sure took Cyrus Renault and Drew Kane a good amount of time under the shank shiv until the shank shiv was seen. Yeah. And then Donkey says they should have Lizzo participate in telling Willow, the good news. And then Yolanda says, using my laptop to watch the comments for the first time, playing catch up, wore down my iPhone battery, but that won't stop me from watching the busybody boredness. And then Lucy says, another awesome daily recap, lady. You're a blend of soap and real experience is a number one. Thank you so much. The way I add my own stuff in there. Yeah, I try to entertain you guys. Anita says, I would like a special comment corners. And Yolanda says, on what topic or storyline? You know what? I might do a special one to where I give out a topic and you all comment on it. And then I do a special comment corner. It takes a lot of work. We'll see though. We'll see. This is summertime. I'll think of something, okay? Or you know what? Why don't you guys give me some ideas? Comment corner fans. Say, what topic should we all do? Should you all, I put out there that you all do your comments on, and I could do a special comment corner. Yeah, that way I don't have to think of a topic. I want to do a poll. What topic? And then let's see what you all come up with. See, the angel says Sasha should have she should have outright refused the pills from that crooked doctor. She is so clueless and ignorant about life. She hasn't learned anything from almost dying from drugs. GH writers look like they are planning to kill Sasha off. Sasha has already taken a pill. Cody should tell the truth about everything instead of lying about who is his father. And that Gladys is robbing Sasha blind. I think he should tell Sonny and Miss Wu about Gladys. Well, Miss Wu already knows Gladys is stealing Sasha's money. Miss Wu just on the receiving end of that money, right? I think Miss Wu would have Gladys killed if she found out what she was doing to her daughter-in-law. No, Gladys tells her, I can't get that kind of cash. I gotta siphon it off, or Sasha will know. And Gladys and Miss Wu is like, well, that's not my problem. So Sasha, what's her name? Selena Wu knows, and she don't care. Sonny will be pissed at Selena though. Oh yeah, that ain't gonna fly right with him. And then Wu really doesn't need the money that Gladys owes her, but she wants to get at Sonny. So yeah, she's using Gladys as an end. Sonny could pay her back himself and send Gladys far away if he allows her to live. Ron says Sasha needs to check the pharmacy to find out the exact effect of the drugs the doctor gave her. And if it is a hypnotic, I know, she could be experiencing side effects from it and be exposed to it. Gladys would be exposed if Sunny finds out, and she'd be in more trouble than she could handle. And then Yolanda says Sasha wouldn't fault Gladys, and Sunny would never hear the tale. I know. Monique says, what if Cody is the one to expose the connection between Gladys and that sleazeball doctor? This is where Spinelli could come into play. Cody tells Sasha, look at her bank account to see what Gladys has been up to. You know what, Cody should have told her that all along. He could have said, you know what, your mother-in-law just had this feeling she can't be trusted, right? She should just tell her that. And she should say, he should have said, look, if I were you, I'd be looking at my bank account, right? And she said, no, I trust Gladys. Say, good, prove me wrong. Just take a look. I don't know. I've run across her personality type a lot. Do yourself a favor and look at your bank account. That's just telling her without him saying he knows, without him saying, look, I already swindled her out of so much of your money as Miss Wu's employee. You don't have to say all that. And LaShanta said the doctor and Gladys have a seat. He needs to lose his medical license. Sasha trusts the wrong person. If you can't trust your own court-appointed psychiatrist, you feel like, look, he checks off 2 great boxes, right? He is a medical certified doctor, and he works for the court. You would think you could trust him. I know I would think I could trust him until he tried to give me some pills. Then I would be like, oh, I got to find somebody else, right? I blame Coney because all he does is lie. I hate they dumb Sasha down. I know she was smart. I can't believe Gladys so low as to give Sasha pills after she almost died. I know, and Sasha even has a heart problem because of almost overdosing, right? Oh my goodness. What is the favor he wanted? I hope Sasha doesn't take those pills. I'm glad Sunny got Gladys told and put her out. They never said how Cody left things with Sam. Dante knows Cody and Scott are up to no good. Mac doesn't deserve him as a son. Cody is a grifter. Sonny can protect himself. Sean and Spencer couldn't protect himself, Sean or Spencer. So he's going to help Drew. I know. I can't believe Drew went to Pittenville. Cyrus is a hot mess. He gave him a shank for a reason. Brosai, I know, was it going to be a setup? He's going to have somebody come in and fight, and somehow Drew's going to have to protect himself and stab him and get some more time in solitary, right? Which is how we're not going to see Drew on the canvas anymore. I don't know. We'll see, right? Brooklyn says, Shamar Moore, SWAT was not canceled after all. SWAT was given another year to end. Christopher Chavez has taken a leave of absence, but still has more until 2024. Great recap. And then LaShanta says, she's naming some couples. Nicholas and Gia, Jason and Keisha, Eddie Quartermain and Maya. It must mean Edward Quartermain, yeah. And Maya Ward, Alexis and Sean, Trina and Rory, you're right. Willow, and then I guess Trina and Spencer. Willow's going home. She looks good. Michael will go along with whatever she wants. I can't believe it blows up. I can't wait until it blows up in Nina's face. I knew she would soften up, but I'm ready. At the end of the day, Drew made his own decision, and Carly talked to him, but he already set up with the lawyers. I know he already had things in motion. Sam knew Carly's heart was in the right place. Carly said it was, was did out of spite, or it wasn't done out of spite. Please figure out Ned didn't do it. Carly had a good idea and work it out. Well, we'll see. Carly never has a good idea. Well, it's not true, but for the most part it is. P. Merle says, I'm not sure why Sasha's therapist would get involved with Gladys and sabotage her like this. All of Selena's poker clients conspiring outside of the game can only mean big trouble for everyone. Why must the writers constantly torture Sasha like this? Cody should come clean and save her. I hope Sasha decides not to take the meds. Well, guess what? We saw Sasha take those meds. Cindy says, I wish we could get rid of all the awful handles. I know handles did. But you know what? You could change your handle. People can change. Like Cindis, if you don't like your handle, you can go in and change it. And they may say, oh, this one's taken. Well, keep going till one you want is not taken, or do some more variations on what you really want. Cindis also says, recap lady, why not just select a few comments each time to spotlight? I know. If you do separate comment videos, people will be commenting on comments. I know, and it's twice as much work. It sure is. You're right. That's why I didn't do a special comment corner, because then I have to go back and read the segment from the comments and comment corner. That's just like double commenting. I will start to, you see how that one day I pick and choose. I will start to pick and choose the comments and not like, oh goodness, I'm not going to read that one. No, I'll do it random. Trust me. I can see random stuff. I can see a list, which is why half the time you guys think I can't read, because I'm reading one out loud and I'm already looking down at the next one in my head, reading it. Okay, so Yolanda says, why I don't follow your thinking. The last line indicates your idea leads to more comments for her to deal with. Yeah, but I understood what she, I understood what you meant. And Yolanda, yeah, you're right. It does lead to more comments, because I have done separate comment corners in the past. And I end up having to read a whole lot. Brooklyn says, I feel sorry for Sasha. Her independence is going to reboot by taking medication that doesn't mix well with the medications she is using. She may be on a heart medication, I think, because it's not the fact that Sasha can't take any medication. It has to be a certain type, you know what I mean? He's giving her some kind of sedative, no. Hopefully, well, we don't know what he's really giving her, right? We don't know what's really in there. Hopefully Gladys and Sasha's doctors will be revealed. Miss Wu is eventually going down by Mac because he's investigating her. And I'm looking forward to that. And NK Rose says Terry should be more as the only oncologist and chief of staff, or seen more as the only oncologist and chief of staff of the hospital. Plus, she has a boyfriend, and Liz is her oldest friend. Yeah, but we don't see her at all. And she is now chief of staff. But come on, Terry. Brooklyn says, yep, Carly should have fessed up with the quickness, but she'll get her money from her mother's resources to clear the $5 million down the road. JMO. Is that just my opinion? Why didn't you just put just my opinion? Oh my goodness. And I'm hoping it's just my opinion. I think so. Anyway, everybody, see, those acronyms, you all know I'm not good at acronyms. So why do you insist on using them? Anyway, everybody, I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital. But trust me, when I ran through Comic Corner earlier, perused it, I was like, what the heck could JMO mean? See, that was my brain working for an hour or so to think, what could that mean? And it just popped into my head right now as I read it. I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap.